Before we get into this, let's check in on the Callie girl. What you doing, Callie? We're just having a lazy day at home, aren't we? Yes. What's my pillow doing on the floor? Did you put it on the floor? I bet you did. So this is part 2. This is going to be focusing more on painting. And I don't think I'm going to do all the painting today. But I went ahead and I got started just priming these two. And I have these pizza boxes that I'll do the painting on so I can move them around and transport them without actually touching the figures. But I have a station set up outside to do the actual painting. And then I've been bringing them inside to dry just because the Florida humidity is not great for spray painting outside. I've had issues with very tacky paints. And you may not see a huge difference because the color I used is just a uniform gray. This is an Army Painter primer. So we see here Squee. You can still see I used a different color primer on this one. Each one of these takes me maybe an hour or two once I actually sit down to do the paint. And a lot of times the hardest part of the process is getting started. So here we have our figure for Maeve Ruby. So I'm going to start just with my fair skin. I generally start on the skin. I'm going to shake up this bottle really well, drop it on the floor. Where did it go? Put a little bit of that on the palette. Alright, now, this is the brush I'm going to start with. Let's go! My hands are shaking a little bit more than normal. Like, my hands always shake a little bit. Yeah, I got a bunch of her hair. Those fingers. This is some real precise kind of details. I got it good there. Is different, but okay. To refix the camera a little bit. So for this next color, I took some Minotaur Brown and mixed it with just a touch of the Dragonfire Red. And this might be the color, and then we're going to use this for highlights on her clothing. So just like right here, like her hood. This. Here we go. The Psycho. Only a few bristles, but it gives me the really fine details. take this and we're just going to apply it right down, right through there. Just going to cover the scabbard in it for right now. There are more details on the scabbard that we're going to want to bring out, but for the moment, let's just put a base coat. She's looking really good, I think. I wasn't sure about that blue, but it's growing on me quite a bit. And just some highlight there. The front, maybe this will look better. I think some of it is the brush. Some of it is the paint. I'm going to do the flowers in her hair. My hands are shaking quite a bit. We want to be very careful with those details. Real small work. Trying to steady my hands as best I can. Next thing we're going to do is apply some inks. I'm using the Sepia from Citadel to do so, because I want just a nice light shading here. Sinks into the cracks and crevices and various pieces. We get some darker shades below, and it really helps to bring out the details of the whole thing. So it's always one of my favorite parts is doing the inks and just seeing how awesome these things look after the inking is done. So the next little piece of this, I'm going to wait for this to dry, and then we're going to just do some highlights. I sent some pictures to the player. She said, "Why does her face look so smushed?" I'm like, oh no. Let's just rotate her around a little bit, and you can't see, it's there, that side of her face. See, to me it looks dirty, so I'm going to try to touch that up, but she's supposed to look a little bit dirty. She's been wandering around the wilderness. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some highlighting, brighten up some of the colors, add a little bit more texture and detail. Back up a little bit. This is one of those areas where this can be very forgiving. But I'm just going to try the original green I used. That's better. Just kind of doing some highlights to brighten her up a little bit. Just brighten that up just a little bit. Maybe the bag too. I don't need a whole lot, so let's just do a dab of the fire newt, and then just a dab of the Dragonfire red. Very, very red. That is Wendy's red, is what that is. Let's add a little bit more mustard in with the ketchup. All right. So there she is. I need to do the base, but I'm going to do that separately. I don't know what I'm going to do for the base yet, but it's probably going to be similar to the basing for our other character here, because they both have mushrooms. But otherwise, yeah, I'm going to snap a picture of it. I'm going to send it to the player, and we'll see what she thinks. But I like it. Well, thanks so much for coming on this journey with me and watching this. This is another hobby of mine, another hat I wear, if you will. So I wanted to share some of this, and I know I've gotten some good feedback on some of these videos that I've done in the past. So thanks so much for watching. Be sure to do all the things down below. Leave a nice comment. I'll see you next time.